Welcome to English and Chill.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's episode of English and Chill. I'm your host, Erin.
And I'm your co host, Jessica. We're so happy to have you here with us. Today, we're diving deep into a topic that a lot of English learners ask about. How can I practice English alone?
Yes, this is one of the most common questions we get. Not everyone has access to English classes or speaking partners, but guess what? You can still make a lot of progress, even if you're learning by yourself.
Absolutely. In fact, learning alone has its own benefits. You can move at your own pace, focus on your personal goals, and design a routine that fits your life.
In this episode, we're going to walk you through everything you need to know from staying motivated to improving your listening, speaking, reading, and writing, all by yourself.
We'll also share useful tools, methods, and examples that you can start using today. So whether you're in your bedroom, your kitchen, or even on a train right now, get ready to take notes.
Let's get started with the foundation, your mindset and motivation.
Okay, let's be honest. Practicing English alone can be hard sometimes. No one is watching you. No one is telling you what to do. It's easy to feel lazy or give up.
Exactly. That's why your mindset is so important. Before we talk about techniques, let's talk about how you think about learning English.
Let's start with one simple question. Why do you want to learn English?
Take a moment and think, is it because you want a better job, travel the world, watch Netflix without subtitles, talk to new people?
Your reason, your why, is the fuel for your learning journey. When you feel tired, remembering your why can give you the energy to continue.
Let me share my story. I started learning Spanish a few years ago. At first I was very excited, but after 2 weeks I wanted to quit. Why? Because I was only doing it because other people were doing it.
So, what changed?
I realized that I wanted to connect with my Spanish-speaking friends and understand their culture. Once I remembered that, it became personal. And personal motivation is strong motivation.
That's a great point. So, if you haven't already, write down your reasons for learning English. Put it on your wall, your notebook, or your phone.
Now let's talk about setting goals. A big goal like I want to speak fluent English is good, but it's not enough. You need small goals too.
For example, instead of saying, I want to speak fluently, say, I want to learn 10 new words this week, or I want to speak English for 10 minutes every day.
Small goals are easier to reach, and every time you reach one, you feel good, and that gives you energy to keep going.
There's also something else that's really important being kind to yourself.
Yes, don't be too hard on yourself. Making mistakes is normal. Feeling tired is normal. Missing a day is normal. What matters is that you keep coming back.
Think of learning English like planting a tree. You water it a little every day. You don't see much change in the beginning, but after some time, it grows.
So give yourself time. Don't compare your journey with others. Just focus on your next step.
Another helpful tip is to track your progress. You can keep a journal or use an app. Write down what you studied today, how you felt, and what you want to improve.
It's motivating to look back after a month and see how far you've come. Maybe you started with hello, and now you can have a short conversation.
And when you hit a goal, celebrate. Watch your favorite movie, eat your favorite food, anything that makes you happy.
All right, let's do a quick recap for this part. Know your personal reason for learning English, set small, clear goals, be kind to yourself when you make mistakes, track your progress regularly, celebrate your wins.
Great summary. So now that you've got the right mindset, it's time to work on the 4 main skills. And we're starting with one of the easiest to practice alone listening.
Now that we've built a strong mindset for learning English alone, let's move to a skill that's easy and fun to practice on your own, listening. Listening is one of the best ways to improve your English fast. Why? Because when you listen often, you start to understand real English, how people actually speak, and it helps you with speaking, vocabulary, and even pronunciation.
Exactly. And the best part? You don't need a classroom. You just need your phone and a pair of earphones. Let's start with what you should listen to. There are so many choices: podcasts, YouTube videos, movies, TV shows, audiobooks, even music.
Yes, and we recommend choosing what you enjoy. If you love sports, watch sports news or podcasts. If you like cooking, try watching cooking videos in English. Learning is easier when it's fun. Don't force yourself to watch boring grammar lessons if you hate them. You can learn grammar through real conversations too. Let me give you an example. My friend loves crime stories. So she listens to crime podcasts in English every day. She has learned words like detective, clue, evidence, and her listening is amazing. So step one is find content you enjoy, make a list of your hobbies, and look for English content related to them.
Now let's talk about two kinds of listening: passive and active. Passive listening is when you play English in the background. For example, while cleaning your room or walking to work. You're not fully focused, but your brain still hears the language. This is a good way to get used to the sounds of English. Even if you don't understand everything, it helps your brain become familiar with rhythm, pronunciation, and sentence structure. Active listening is when you give full attention to what you're hearing. You try to understand each sentence. Maybe you pause and repeat. Maybe you write down new words. You need both. Passive listening is like background music. Active listening is like studying. We suggest do 10 to 20 minutes of active listening every day. And do passive listening as much as you want during your daily life.
Have you heard of the shadowing technique? It's a fantastic way to improve listening and speaking at the same time.
Yes, shadowing means you repeat what you hear immediately, like an echo. You try to copy the speaker's rhythm and pronunciation.
Let's say you're listening to a podcast, you hear I'm going to the store. You pause and repeat, I'm going to the store, then listen again and try to say it exactly like the speaker. Focus on their speed, tone, and stress. At first, it's difficult, but after a few days, your pronunciation will improve a lot. You can shadow with podcasts, TED Talks, TV shows, even YouTube videos. Just choose one. Now, let's talk about subtitles. Should you use them or not? Now, let's talk about subtitles. Should you use them or not?
Good question. At the beginning, yes, use English subtitles. They help you understand what people are saying, but be careful. Don't depend on them too much. If you always read, you won't improve your listening. Here's a tip. Watch once with subtitles, then watch again without them. Or try to watch with English subtitles first, then switch them off and test your listening. Another idea. Write down new words or phrases while watching. Then pause and look them up. You'll remember them better.
Okay, let's give you some useful listening resources you can try right now. First, podcasts. Here are some beginner-friendly English learning podcasts. The English We Speak, BBC Learning English. Voice of America, Learning English, All Ears English, Luke's English Podcast. Next, YouTube channels. Speak English with Mr. Duncan, English Class 101, BBC Learning English, Real Life English. And for fun content, try watching Friends TV show The Office, TV show, and TED Talk with subtitles. For audiobooks, apps like Audible or LibriVox have free English books you can listen to. Start with simple stories like fairy tales or children's books.
Now let's help you build a habit. Listening is easy to start, but hard to continue without a plan. We suggest setting a time every day. Maybe 15 minutes in the morning while making breakfast, or 20 minutes before bed. Host A, you can also connect it to something you already do. For example, every time I brush my teeth, I'll listen to English. Host B, this is called habit stacking. It helps you stay consistent. Also, don't try to understand everything. It's okay to miss words. Just focus on the meaning. Your brain will learn with time.
Exactly. Learning a language is not about being perfect. It's about being consistent. Here's a fun tip. After listening to something, talk about it. Say out loud what you understood.
Yes. For example, if you watched a video about cooking, say, the chef added tomatoes, then garlic, then olive oil. Try to summarize in English. You can also write a short summary or record your voice explaining what you heard. This makes your brain work harder, and that means you learn better. Listening can be frustrating at first. You may feel like people speak too fast. You might not understand much, but that's okay. It happens to everyone. You're training your ears. Just keep going. You don't need to understand 100%. Start with 50%, then 60%. One day it will feel natural, so be patient with yourself. Listen every day, even if just for 5 minutes. It adds up.
Let's quickly review everything we've covered about listening. 1. Choose content you enjoy. 2. Do both passive and active listening. 3. Try the shadowing technique. 4. Use English subtitles, but not all the time. 5. Explore podcasts, YouTube, TV shows, audiobooks. 6. Build a daily habit. 7. Speak or write about what you hear. 8. Don't give up when it feels hard.
Fantastic. Listening is a powerful tool, and the more you listen, the more confident you become. Coming up next, we're going to talk about one of the hardest skills to practice alone, but also the most exciting, speaking. Don't worry, you don't need a partner to improve your speaking skills. We'll show you how we can practice.
So far, we've talked about building the right mindset and improving your listening skills. Now, Tia, it's time to talk about something that many learners find difficult. Speaking.
Yes, speaking English alone sounds strange at first. I mean, who do you talk to, right? But here's the good news. You don't need a speaking partner to improve your speaking.
That's right. In this part of the episode, we're going to share powerful techniques you can use to speak English, even if you're completely alone. Let's begin with something simple, but very effective. Talking to yourself.
Yes, it may feel silly at first, but it works. When you talk to yourself, you practice forming sentences, thinking in English, and building confidence. For example, you can describe what you're doing. Say things like, "I'm making coffee now." "I have to send an email later." "I feel tired, but I want to study English." This helps your brain think in English naturally. The more you do it, the easier it becomes. You can also imagine conversations. Pretend you're at a cafe ordering food. "Hi, I'd like a coffee, please." "No sugar, just milk." "How much is it?" Practicing this way every day, even for 5 minutes, makes a big difference.
Another great tool is recording your voice. It's simple. Use your phone's voice recorder and start talking. You can describe your day, answer a question, or tell a short story. Then listen to your recording. Why is this helpful? Because you hear your own voice. You can notice pronunciation mistakes or areas where you need to improve. Don't be shy. You don't have to share it with anyone. It's just for you. Here's a fun idea. Record yourself once a week. After 1 month, listen to your first and last recording. You'll hear your progress. This is similar to the shadowing technique from the listening section, but here we focus on speaking like a native speaker. Choose a short video or audio clip, maybe 1 to 2 minutes. Listen carefully, then pause and repeat sentence by sentence. Try to copy the speaker's tone, stress, and rhythm. This helps your pronunciation sound more natural. A great source is movie scenes or interviews. You can even try copying your favorite actor. Have fun with it. Pretend you're practicing for a play. It builds confidence and improves fluency.
Here are some easy prompts to try. Describe your favorite place. What do you do on the weekend? Talk about your favorite movie and why you like it. What's your dream job? Answer these questions out loud. You can record yourself or just talk to the mirror. You can also use random question generators online or flashcards with conversation topics. We recommend making this part of your daily routine. Choose one prompt a day and speak for 3 to 5 minutes. Speaking in front of a mirror is another powerful tool. You can see your facial expressions, body language, and mouth movement. This helps improve your confidence and pronunciation. Look at yourself while talking. Smile. Pretend you're in a real conversation. Even saying simple things like, "Hi, how are you?" "I'm doing well, thanks." "Today was a busy day." The goal is to make speaking English feel natural. The more you practice, the less nervous you'll feel in real situations. One secret to fluency is repetition. Don't try to learn 100 new words every day. Instead, practice using the same words many times. For example, learn 5 new words, then use them in 5 different sentences. Say them out loud. You can even make mini conversations using just those 5 words. This builds strong memory and confidence. Don't be afraid to repeat the same practice over many days. Mastery takes time. Another powerful practice is imagining real-life situations and acting them out.
Yes. For example, pretend you're at the bank. "Good morning. I'd like to open an account. What documents do I need?" Or at a hotel. "Hello, I have a reservation under the name John Smith. Can I get a room with a sea view?" Practicing these imaginary situations helps you prepare for real life conversations. You'll be more confident when the moment comes. Speaking every day is the key. You don't need to talk for an hour, just 5 to 10 minutes is enough. Make it a habit. Talk to yourself while cooking, walking, or getting dressed. Talk about what you see, think, or plan to do. You'll train your brain to think in English, and that's the real secret to fluency.
Let's review everything we've learned about speaking alone. 1. Talk to yourself about daily life. 2. Record your voice and listen back 3. Copy native speakers, imitate and repeat 4. Use apps with speech recognition 5. Use speaking prompts or conversation questions. 6. Practice in front of a mirror 7. Repeat new words and sentences 8. Imagine real situations and act them out. 9. Speak every day, even just for 5 minutes. Let's review everything we've learned about speaking alone. 1. Talk to yourself about daily life. 2. Record your voice and listen back 3. Copy native speakers, imitate and repeat 4. Use apps with speech recognition 5. Use speaking prompts or conversation questions. 6. Practice in front of a mirror 7. Repeat new words and sentences 8. Imagine real situations and act them out. 9. Speak every day, even just for 5 minutes.
Fantastic. You now have everything you need to start speaking English even without a partner. Remember, fluency comes from speaking, not just studying. So be brave, make mistakes, and keep going. Coming up next, we'll dive into another solo-friendly skill, reading. Whether it's books, blogs, or menus, we've got tips to make your reading practice smarter and more effective. Don't go anywhere. You're doing great.
Welcome back. So far, we've talked about mindset, listening, and speaking practice. Now let's move on to reading, another powerful skill you can practice all by yourself. Reading is great because it helps you learn new words, understand grammar, and get better at English naturally. And the best part? You can choose your own material, books, articles, blogs, me.
Step 1 is choosing what to read. Don't start with difficult books. Pick something you enjoy and understand. If you like stories, try children's books or graded readers. These are books made for learners with simple words. If you love news, try easy English news websites. For example, News in Levels or BBC Learning English. Or read blogs about your hobbies, cooking, sports, technology when you like the topic you want to read more. Host B, you can also read subtitles of your favorite movies or TV shows. It's a fun way to connect reading and listening. When you read, you will meet new words. Don't worry if you don't understand everything.
Right. The guess and check method works well. First, guess the meaning of the word from the sentence or story. For example, if the sentence is she was thrilled to win the prize, you can guess thrilled means happy or excited. Then check the meaning in a dictionary or online. This helps you learn better than just looking up every word immediately. Also, don't stop too much. Try to understand the story or main idea first. If you get stuck, keep going and return later to difficult parts. Reading out loud is a fantastic way to improve your pronunciation and speaking at the same time.
That's right. When you read silently, your brain understands, but your mouth doesn't practice English sounds. Try reading short paragraphs out loud. Focus on stress, intonation, and speed. If you find a difficult sentence, slow down. Break it into smaller parts and read each part clearly. It's a good idea to keep a vocabulary notebook or use a phone app to save new words. Every time you meet a new word, write it down with the word, its meaning in your language, an example sentence.
That's a great point. You can also write synonyms or related words. This helps you remember better. Review your vocabulary regularly. Try to use new words in speaking or writing. Graded readers are books written for learners at different levels. They use controlled vocabulary and simple grammar. You can find graded readers online or at bookstores. They come in levels: beginner, intermediate, advanced. Start with your level and slowly move up. It's a great way to read real stories without feeling lost.
I'd like to add something here on some popular series are Oxford Bookworms and Penguin Readers. Like listening and speaking, reading gets better with daily practice. Try to read every day, even just for 10 to 15 minutes. You can read in the morning, during lunch, or before bed. Make it part of your daily schedule. You can also set small goals like read one page a day or finish one short story this week. After reading, try to say or write a summary in your own words. You can say, the story is about, the main idea is, the character feels.
I love that perspective. That will also help you understand the text better and practice speaking or writing. If you want, you can record your summary and listen back to improve your fluency. Another great idea is joining online reading groups or forums. There are many English learning communities on Facebook, Reddit, or websites like Goodreads. You can share what you read, ask questions, and get recommendations.
Definitely, it's a nice way to connect with other learners and stay motivated. Remember, reading is about learning, not perfection. If you don't understand a word or sentence, don't worry. Keep reading and learning. It's normal to feel confused sometimes. The important thing is to enjoy reading and keep practicing.
Like we mentioned earlier, here's a quick review of our reading tips. 1. Choose reading material you like and understand. 2. Use guess and check for new words. 3. Read out loud for pronunciation practice. 4. Keep a vocabulary notebook. 5. Use graded readers to match your level. 6. Read daily and set small goals. 7. Summarize what you read in your own words. 8. Join online reading communities. 9. Don't worry about mistakes. Keep going. Reading is a wonderful way to improve your English step by step. Up next, we'll talk about writing, another skill you can practice alone and use every day. Stay tuned, you're doing an amazing job.
That's it for today's episode. Thanks so much for joining us. If you enjoyed the show, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and share it with your friends. See you next episode.